When I came to Ohio State in 2000, I decided to try to create a summer program that was initially focused on applied statistical methods, because I thought that there was a demand for people who wanted to learn statistics in an unthreatening way, not theoretical, but rather to learn how to apply statistics.
The quality of the faculty who teach the courses, I think, is really high, both the last time and this time. I mean, it's hard to beat Professor Lemischow for statistics since he wrote the book. But seriously, all the professors, I think, are really good. They're well prepared. It's challenging. And I think the other thing that I really find good about it is, while there's theory in the class, it is really, like they advertise it to be, it's practice-based.
And it's evolved, so now we have what we call the practice-based epidemiology series, which I think is enormously important because it gives people who work for state and local health departments who really have no other way to get the kind of training that normally they would get in a school of public health, they now can get by coming for 2 weeks to our summer program and be trained by some of the most outstanding educators in the United States and actually in the world in topics that they can use in their everyday work.
I believe that public health as a science and as a discipline really is critical all across the state of Ohio, and the practical methods for epidemiologists and things like that are important to keep that training and keep that knowledge going.
This year we have students from 10 countries, from something like 15 or 20 states in the United States, and from every corner of Ohio.
One of the nice things about the program is the selection. There's a large selection of programs. They build on top of each other from year to year, but you also get the opportunity to take some more advanced classes.
It was my idea initially to try to attract faculty who had international reputations as being outstanding educators. So for example, next week we have David Kleinbaum, who's been teaching in the program since its beginning. David won the Pfizer Teaching Award, the first Pfizer Teaching Award in public health. 2 years ago, he goes to all corners of the world to teach his courses. I mean, he's an outstanding educator, but the others are as well. I mean, it really has been a process of, we don't just ask people to come and teach. We first find out about their teaching ability, and then we really try to attract the best people we possibly can and bring them here to teach in this program.
Have a chance to get into, like right now, you know, I'm taking a class on chronic and cancer epidemiology, which is interesting because, you know, we have a lot of problems like that in the southern part of the state where I live, and it's just helpful to get more of the background about, you know, what sorts of things are associated with, you know, certain types of chronic diseases and cancer especially, and you know, get some basic methods for understanding how to, you know, do some standard measures and, you know, assess problems.
There are other classes, like the one I'm taking right now is GIS. You could definitely apply that for mapping of disease trends and etc. With your work every day.
We're trained to use the data, but not always critically appraise it as much as we probably should. And this course has been fabulous in really taking it to a different level.
I would hope to come back either next year or the year after to take the survival analysis course.
I was able to use the skills that I learned here very frequently in doing disease investigation, outbreak investigations, and you know, just disease surveillance in general terms. You know, in preparation for planning for disaster and emergency response.
Currently I'm taking the GIS class and the health survey research methods, and both of those are really valuable to my work because Ohio Medicaid is one of the sponsors of the Ohio Family Health Survey. And also we do a lot of GIS analysis regarding where our population is and what expenditures are in different parts of the state. So both of those courses are going to be very useful.
One of the first years that I went to this, there was actually an outbreak of salmonella in Athens County, actually. The week that I came here, I got a call that morning from a nurse saying that they had an outbreak, and I was able to use a lot of the things that I was taking in the epi class that I was in at the time to help guide some of the actions and things that I was taking that week.
For instance, 2 years ago I was able to take Dr. Lemonshow's logistics regression class, which was a great class, and was able to take it directly back and apply it to a foodborne outbreak that happened in Montgomery County with 200. It was at a banquet center, and there was 200 participants, and we had to do the food histories and all of them. And having the logistics regression experience that I gained here, was able to apply a more advanced model for doing the disease outbreak analysis. So that was fantastic. I'm actually, as a special project manager, being tasked with doing that and creating a strategic plan for the health department. And the tools that I'm learning this week are so apropos to what I'm doing that it's going to, one, speed the process up for me, and two, I'm going to do a much better job of it than I would have if I had not come to this class.
Well, for instance, the class that I'm taking right now in the morning is one on survey research methods, and we do a lot of surveys in Medicaid, and we're actually planning one right now that is for Ohio's physicians, and we're going to need to do some pretty intricate stratification of the sampling. And so it's nice to have this really fresh in my mind, and to have some good references, and to have my peers who are also in the class be trained in it as well, who might not have had the training before.
And it's also allowed me to take on more projects that maybe I wouldn't have been able to if I hadn't had the training that I got here during the summer program.